if we use like rectangles to find areas under a curve? And the more rectangles we get, do you think the more accurate that area would be, right? As those rectangles approach infinity. Just something to think about. So we can use rectangles, again, just to help us approximate, okay? We're going to approximate areas under curves using rectangles today. And this dude named Riemann is who we credit these rectangular approximations to. So my man Riemann says, all right, if you give me a velocity graph, I can estimate the distance that we traveled using rectangles. Are they always going to be perfectly accurate? No, and that's okay. But here's what we're going to do. I want you to just look at this first rectangle. What side of this rectangle hits the function? The left side. So guess what we call this? This is called a left Riemann sum. Now, to your point, Mr. Nelson, this would be an underestimate. Do you guys agree that there's like a lot of blank space left there, right? A left Riemann sum's not always an underestimate, but it's because my function is increasing. Ha! Okay, he's saying, let me guess about this one. Let's be more mathy instead of just middle. Midpoint. This one's called a midpoint Riemann sum. Now, I wish that we could write like MRS. Nope. Now, they're never going to ask for a Riemann sum without using that in the question, so you'll be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? And then this hog over here, which side of the rectangle touches the function? The right side. So this one's called a right Riemann sum. Okay, love. So here's an example, people. Whew. They want us to use a right Riemann sum. They want us to use 5 intervals. All that means, you guys, is that we are going to have 5 rectangles. Here's the deal. Let me give you some info. Model above, g of x is a continuous function from 0 to 13. Models the rate that Meister bikes from her house to school. G of x is in meters per minute. So this is my meters per minute. And then the x-axis is talking about minutes. And let's find the distance that Meister travels. So you guys, what I want you to do, I specifically gave you this huge graph because I want us to have to draw a right Riemann sum for the first time. Do me a favor. Go ahead and connect the dots. I'm going to go nice. Don't go like linear. I'm going to go nice and curvy. Connect them. Okay, here, this is a little awkward, so I'm here to help you guys. We need to draw a right Riemann sum. We need 5 rectangles. So I specifically gave us these points. Okay, you guys, so for a rectangle, do you agree, check this out, that my x-axis down here, my x-axis down here is denoted by these x values in my table. Yeah. So, do you agree, if I were you, I'd kind of say we're going to have 5 rectangles. I'm only doing them in varied heights here, just so it doesn't look like one thing. I just want varied heights just to show that we're going to have 5 different rectangles. Now, what would be the base? I'm going to go with this blue rectangle. Do you agree it's 2? And I need the right-hand side of this rectangle to hit the function. Yep. So I'm going to go up on the right-hand side where x is 2. And then I'm going to go over and down. And I know that this is uncomfortable. So I want everyone to do that. From 0 to 2, I want the right-hand side when x is 2, go all the way up to where you hit the function, over to the left and down. I want us to do that again. How long will the base be of my next rectangle? Close. Isn't it 4 to get over that next point of 6? Go all the way up when x is 6, left straight over and down. My next rectangle.
2.
Base of 2, when x is 8, go all the way up to 15, left over, down. Yup, we got a base. We got to get all the way from 8 to 12. So I'm going to go base of 4 all the way up to when x is 12, left over, down. And finally, my base of 1, agreed, Soph, up to when x is 13, over and down. So now, you thinking that we're going to be an overestimate? We got some over here, yeah. A lot of over there, but then we got a little under and a little under. But you're thinking it's going to be over. Agreed. They just want an estimate. So here's the deal. We got to go write the area of each of these rectangles, people. Let's just focus. We're going to focus on my blue one. What's the base of my blue rectangle? 2. What is the height of my blue rectangle?
Wait, can we just look at the point that we...
I'll come up to that in a second. Yes. So a base of 2, you agree my height went up to the right-hand side, which is 14. Now, you guys, here's the deal. If you write 28 here, you're not going to get the point. Write these out, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because it's actually a gift. What about my green? I should have written that in blue. Let's put that in blue and that in blue. Okay. What? We'll get there. What's my base? 4. What's my height? My right height? 20. What's my black rectangle's base? 2. The right height is 15. My yellow rectangle has a base of 4, a right height of 30. And finally, my cute little rectangle, red rectangle, base of 1, height of 20. Here's what I'm going to tell you, write all these out. They have something called a 9/10 rule. They have something called a 5/6 rule and a 7/8 rule. AP does. Do you agree we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers written here? If Greer were to have written 200 right here instead of 20, did he get 9 of the 10 numbers right?
Yeah.
They will give you full credit. Isn't that nice? Because they're saying this is only 1 point. So if you missed 1 of the 10 numbers of this, you still get 100%. So that's why we're going to write it out that way. Okay. Do we need to add these up? No. We're done. Question. What would be my units if we were just dealing with 2 was in minutes and then my other was meters per minute?
Meters.
And wouldn't, if there were velocity times the time, we would just be left with meters. Okay. Drawing that graph was monotonous, right? Let's look up here. Do you agree my bases 2, 4, 2, 4, 1 came from the distance on the x-axis? Yeah. What's the distance between 0 and 2? 2. What about between 2 and 4? 2 and 6?
4.
6 and 8? 8 and 12? 12 and 13. Those numbers came from the distance on my x-axis. Whoops, let me highlight that guy too. Right? This is what I want you to pay attention to. Put your phone away, please. So, which height did I use on my blue rectangle? I used the one on the right, the 14. Do you agree 10 and 14 could form my first rectangle, but on a right Riemann sum, I used the one on the right. What was my next height? Hey. Between 14 and 20, I used the right height. So here's the deal, you guys. On a right Riemann sum, will I ever use, that left-hand height?
No.
Never. Boom. It's just, in a left Riemann sum, I'll use the left height, every single height, until I won't use the 20. So this one is from Khan Academy. I think it's kind of awkward, but I wanted us, we don't have a table in this one. They said use a left Riemann sum with 3, and notice this one, Bondi, they said 3 equal subdivisions. So my rectangles will have equal bases. If we need 3 of them and we're going from 0 to 1.5, what's each base going to be? 0.5. All right, so I'm going to start with a red rectangle. I'm going to start with a red, boop, and the base is 0.5. Where would the left side, so starting at 0, hit the y-axis, the function at 2? So you're going to go up to 2 and over down.
It's a way of underestimate.
Oh, yeah, you're like, we just lost a lot. Let's go when x is what? What's my next base?
7.
Oh, yeah, so the left-hand side between 0.5 and 1, 0.5 is on the left side. I got to go up to where it hits the function, which is 7, over and down. So you were saying way under, over, I'm sorry, before you were saying way under, but now we're a little over, right? Yeah. And then when x is 1, I'm going to go with green. What's that going to hit my function? At 3, agreed, over and down.
Oh, maybe a little over it.
Yeah, and again, who really cares? They're fine with it right now. We got to just write how we define the area of each of these rectangles. Let's start with red. What's the base?
0.5.
The left height.
2.
Beautiful.
1.
My next blue rectangle.
0.5.
Base of 0.5, height of 7. And my green rectangle.
0.5.
Height of
3.
beautiful. Would I take it any further? Nope. Is there, bless you, 6 numbers here?
5, 6.
So if my man Braddock wrote 5 times 71 here, you'd still get, because 5 of your 6 numbers were right, 100%. We dig that.
At what point does the number like stop? When you're just like, okay, you don't get a point for that. Like, what is it?
If you had
4 of the 6, right?
4.
Yeah,
Oh
you.
no, I was saying.
Okay, what if Heald was like, wait, all my bases were the same. So I just did base times height plus height plus height.
You could do that,
Great.
but you don't get the full.
No, they're good with it. They would count that as 3 points. You know what I'm saying? If you messed up one of those, then you're screwed. You don't get the point.
because then that's 4.
Yeah. What is 7 plus 3?
10.
Plus 2?
12.
Half of that?
6.
Boom. All right, check this out. Now, I gave us a lot of info here. It says graph of velocity is given, gave you velocity, and then the table of values that made this graph is right here. These directly correspond. The 0.00, the 0.512. So this is just giving you some deets, okay? Approximate the distance the car went. If I give you velocity, the area under that curve will get me the distance traveled. They want 5 subintervals of equal length. You guys, if we're going,
10 seconds.
oh, and a midpoint. They want a midpoint Riemann sum. Okay, just like you said, how'd you get 10 seconds?
50 divided by 5.
He's like, hello, if I got to change 50 seconds and divide that 5 times, each of the bases is going to be 10. I agree with that. So you guys, we got to do a midpoint. We've not done that before, so I want to practice
In
this.
the middle of the
Hey.
Let's go with, if he said my base is going to be, what's the midpoint between 0 and 10?
5.
5. So you're going to go up to the point where x is 5 and go make a rectangle based on that midpoint value. Some people like to draw that middle line. Sometimes it messes people up. So I'm going to kind of leave it off to see if you're okay with that. My next rectangle will also have a base of 10. Where will the midpoint be? When x is 15, I'm going to go put that blue point. I'm going to go 5 to the left and 5 to the right to make a midpoint rectangle blue. Green between 20 and 30. My midpoint would be when x is 25. I'm going to go yellow when x is 35. And I'm going to do black. Agreed. And that's why I gave you the table of values, Greer. It's going to be our lifesaver. Because he's like, what? How am I supposed to know that exact value? So here's the deal. I've got 5 rectangles. What's the base of each rectangle?
10.
10. So I feel good. My base is 10. I'm going to put this in red because it's my first one. What's the midpoint height of my first rectangle? It's based when my x was 5. So what I did personally is I did this. I was like, okay, when x was 5, my height was 12. Boom. What's the base of my next blue rectangle?
10 and then 30 is the
10. When x is 15, that's how we made our rectangle. When x was 15, my height was 30. Actually, yeah, table's hard. Green? Is my base still 10?
Yes.
And I made that based on when my x was 25. 70, agreed, Soph.
then 10 and 81.
When x was 35, we have a height of 81. And when x was, whoa, I almost put a 45 there. Whew.
It's okay.
45, you're right. My height would have been done.
I just rough estimated.
It would be feet. She says, because they said indicate units, so that's a point right there. Feet. We can do this, people. A right Riemann sum. 3 unequal subdivisions. And what that means is my bases are going to be different. What would the first base be? 3. So that's my first base. We're using a right Riemann sum. So this first rectangle could have a height of 2 on the left, 5 on the right. We're going to use the 5. I'm not ever going to use the 2. What's my next base? 1. What's the next right height? Yep. My next base, 4, and my right height is 11. 15 plus 7 plus 44. 22 plus 44 is 66. Well done.
We're not doing the homework, don't we?
Oh, not yet. This top one. I want to do a left Riemann sum. Ready, Healed? 4 unequals.
Don't use the right.
Don't use the right. In a left Riemann sum, you won't use the right. What would be the base of my first? 2. The left height.
7.
The next base.
2.
The next height.
11.
The next base.
4.
Height.
2. 3. 8.
Great. The lack of inflection in your voice is really beautiful. Okay, here we go. Here's an AP. Ready? It says, hey, use a midpoint Riemann sum, 3 equal rectangles to approximate f of 6. You guys, we need a midpoint Riemann sum with only 3.
2 to 4. 6.
So he's saying, well, this could be 1, this can be another, and this can be another. Again, the only reason I do one higher than another is just so it's not one straight line. Something I tend to do. I dig it. Okay,
The one,
the
the one in the middle. Is
one in the middle. What's the base of this first blue rectangle?
2.
2. To go from 0 to 2, the base would be 2. Yeah, the middle height. The middle one is between these two. The middle height would be 3.5. My red rectangle has a base of 2. The middle height
0.8.
is 0.8. Well done. My black rectangle has a base of
2.
and a middle height of.
5.8.
Are we done? Yeah, did they ask for units?
No, but they asked for the approximate value.
And that's it.